Like there's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which explains that this human form of life is like a ship. This human body is like a ship to cross over this material ocean. And the spiritual master is the captain of the ship. And the favorable breezes that give the direction to the ship are the Shastras. But there are rudders of the ship also that we are going to discuss today. What these rudders of the ship, rudders of the body describe about. The rudders of a ship work to give a direction. They flap inside the water and give direction to the ship. Similarly, in our human body, there's a small rudder which is called the tongue, which also flaps and give direction to the human form of life. This human body is like a junction. It can cross over the material ocean or it can again go again into this material ocean. So this tongue is helping us to chant the holy name. But this tongue is made up of what? Blood and muscles. It is a, a totally a passive organ inside our body, but we can make it active. We can make it imperfect to perfect sense by chanting the holy name. But now the thing is, will this imperfect sense, the tongue, will be able to touch the essence of the holy name, which is totally spiritual, Satchit Anand Vigraha, Rupa of the Supreme Lord. The holy name is non-different from the Lord. Will this imperfect sense will be able to touch the essence of the holy name? So there's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which says, Atah Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahim Indriye Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayameva Sputyada, which describes Atah Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahim Indriye. Our imperfect senses are not able to chant the holy name of Krishna. But Sevan Mukhe Jivado. But it starts from the Jiva, the tongue. Sevan Mukhe, Unmukhe. Though we are Bahirmukha, the Jiva is Bahirmukha, as in Katha Upanishad in Bhagavad Gita, it has been described that there are two birds on the same tree. One is soul and the super soul, but the Jiva is busy in eating the fruits, and super soul is waiting when that soul will turn towards the super soul, which means the Unmukha. But as if now we are Bahirmukha of the super soul. So Sevan Mukhe hi Jivado. As with the sense of service, this jiva, this imperfect sense, in the sense of service, is engaged in chanting the holy name, we become unmukha towards Krishna. So the seva word is very important in the sense of service. Like when we chant also, it has been said that Krishna dances on our tongue, as Krishna danced on the hoods of Kalia. So the Nagpatnis also asked Krishna that what good karmas, what good benediction this Kalia had in this life or the previous, that your lotus feet has been given to, the imprints of your lotus feet are on the hoods of the Kalia. So Krishna, it has been described, Shukdev Goswami describes that because of the causeless mercy, Krishna has appeared and given his lotus feet to the hoods of Kalia. So it is only by the causeless mercy of Krishna that he can appear on our tongue. This imperfect sense can help us to touch the essence of the holy name, which is totally Satchit Ananda Vigraha. We are like dwarfs. Like dwarf is trying to touch the moon. So dwarf will not be able to ever touch the moon. It can only pray to the moon to come down so that the dwarf can touch it. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's one verse, Kripa Kari Nama Rupe Amara Jivai. It is requesting, the Jiva is requesting the holy name, Kripa Kari Nama Rupe, in the form of the holy name, please bestow your mercy. Kripa Kari Nama Rupe Amara Jivai. Please appear on my tongue. Nirantar nache Prabhu dhari tav paye. Nirantar nache. Always you keep on dancing in the form of holy name so that I can attain you. So the seven, I was describing about seven mukhe. The sense of service, until and unless is not there, this imperfect sense is not going to chant the pure holy name, the real name. As if now we are chanting the akshar name, which means we are just repeating the syllables of the holy name. We can only reach the real name with the sense of service. Like we read so many books, we hear so many japa talks, how to improve our chanting, how to improve our chanting. But what will we do by improving our chanting? by improving our service to Krishna. When we are chanting, like we say, today I really enjoyed my chanting, which is totally a wrong statement. We are not the enjoyer of even the chanting. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam. He is the enjoyer of all the yagyas. So in age of Kali, the yagya is the Sankirtan yagya, the chanting of the holy name. So if we become the Bhoktaram, we think that I enjoyed the chanting, which means that between us and Krishna, we are standing. We have ourselves blocked ourselves to reach the to reach Krishna. So we should not be standing in between us and Krishna. The center of enjoyment is always Krishna. So in the sense of service, we come to know that yes, Krishna is the enjoyer. By chanting, I am giving a service to Krishna so that he should be happy. He should be satisfied. So this should be the mood of our chanting. We should always make efforts with our imperfect senses to invoke Krishna into our hearts by chanting the holy names. Like then Krishna sees our efforts. Krishna always sees our efforts, that how much efforts we have put in to do that service. Like Mother Yashoda wanted to bind Krishna. So Krishna saw the efforts of Mother Yashoda, and in the end, he gave his Kripa Shakti. Kripa Shakti is the bestowing of his causeless mercy. So we just need to put our efforts by chanting with our imperfect sense, that is the tongue, the chanting of the holy name with the sense of service, so that Krishna can show his Kripa Shakti, the causeless mercy upon us. And Krishna, like Krishna allowed Mother Shoda to bind himself. Similarly, by chanting of the holy name, Krishna will let us bind inside our, we will be able to bind Krishna into our hearts. Thank you so much. But in the end, I just want to describe an analogy given by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which he said that like there's an empty capsule analogy. Like there are capsules with a plastic shell, and inside there's a medicine. As we take the capsule, that plastic shell dissolves and the medicine works inside the body. So if we are chanting, but if there is an empty capsule, there's no medicine inside, it's only the plastic shell. The medicine is not going to work. That capsule is not going to work. So if we chanting without the sense of service, like what is service? Service is a part of our bhakti, our devotional service. Prabhupada has translated bhakti in English as devotional service. If you see any of the dictionary, the bhakti is been described as devotion, not devotional service. But in Prabhupada, in all his books, he describes bhakti as devotional service, because seva service is so important in bhakti. So that capsule, the medicine inside is bhakti, that devotional service. So if we chant with that capsule filled with devotional service, that capsule is going to work. The empty capsule without service, without bhakti is not going to work. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.